Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Dealing with a Problem that the Satmar Rebbe and Rav Kook religious Zionists both follow, both have to deal with. It's a fascinating challenge that the Satmar Rebbe received and that many followers of Rav Kook receive as well. Listen to this. The Satmar Rebbe's platform was based on the Gemara in Ktuvot that says the Jews cannot, the way he understood it at least, the Jews cannot take possession of Israel by force. Mashiach's going to come, and that's how it has to work. We can't fight our way in. Did we fight our way in? We didn't fight our way in. We were San Remo Conference, the Balfour Declaration, the 1947 UN vote. We could discuss that, but that's not for now. But the Rebbe held that we cannot take Israel by force, and therefore the state is puzzled as treif. Okay, that's certainly not my view, as we all know, but that's what he held. So he's challenged by saying that Gemara and the Midrashim about that are not brought down in the Rambam, the Rif, the Rosh, the Shulchan Aruch. So this lesson in the Gemara about lo yalu b'choma, not taking Israel by force, who knows what it means, Rebbe? But whatever it means, it's in the world of Agadata. It's not halacha. It's not practical halacha. And you make it into practical halacha, Rebbe, and it cannot be. And you'll say, okay, what challenge do the religious Zionists have in this way? Because one who maintains you have to say bracha on Yom Ha'atzmaut, especially with a Hallel Yom Ha'atzmaut, especially with a bracha, then we have a very interesting question. The Gemara Psachim does say Hallel. It doesn't say with a bracha, but it says say Hallel when there's a great salvation to Klal Yisrael. Rambam, the Rif, Rosh, don't bring it down. Shulchan Aruch doesn't bring it down. Mishnah Berurah doesn't bring it down. None of the classical codifiers bring down the case that when a great salvation occurs, go ahead and say Hallel, half Hallel, full Hallel, with a bracha, with that. Does any of that? So it's very fascinating to see that sometimes each group will challenge the other one. But really, the group has to challenge himself. Some Hasidim have to challenge themselves. Wait a second, this is not the Shulchan Aruch and the codes. How is this halacha? And the religious Zionists will say Hallel, say, wait, this is not in the codes either. How do we say Hallel? How do we say Hallel with a bracha? Now, legitimate answers to both sides, but it's important to note the question and to wonder how much are we dependent on the codes, Rambam, Rif, Rosh, Shulchan Aruch, Ramah. How much are we dependent on these codes for Allah? It's a fascinating question. We'll explore in future shiurim. Shalom.